I need to replace the shift link transmission cable on my 91 Accord, and I came to the junkyard to remove a cable that I found I'm below the car here, and that goes to the tranny. This goes right below the shifter. Basically what you do is take these 3 bolts out. They're all 10 millimeters. Before you can get to that, there's actually like an aluminum heat shield that runs pretty far down, and then there's the exhaust that runs right below that. But there was a bolt there and another bolt right here. I bent it all up, so since I won't be needing this, but move that out of the way, and there's your access point. If your exhaust is in the way, you can probably just take these 2 bolts off. You may want to take these 2 out, and it'll come down just enough to give you access to that. Now the next set of bolts you want to take off are, so that comes up to the front of the car onto the tranny. There's 1, 2, and 3 bolts that you need to remove, and it takes off a small cover. Those are all 12 millimeters. So once those are out, pry this open. Should pop right out. Oh, wait a minute. I think there's another bolt. I missed the bolt. Okay, so it had this little metal tab that was bent kind of up that prevented the sockets sliding in there. So all you have to do is kind of fold it back flat, and then you can stick your socket back in there. Once it's out, you can just out of there. So there we go. Got that loose. All I gotta do is go back up on the inside, and I think actually it might be loose now. Let's go check. So here's the top of the car with the cover. Cover's removed. Basically there was a Phillips screw there, another Phillips screw there, both sides. You got to remove the shifter knob. There's a screw on both sides, then it just pops out. This one has one of those sports mode buttons, so it doesn't come off all the way. If there's no sports button, it'll slide right out. I read somewhere that you keep it in neutral, that way you know the position before you start, and then just make sure you keep it in the same position after you install everything. Once you get in here, you'll notice that there are 2 holes, one here, one on that side. There were 2 screws that secure this in place, and this cable actually comes off right here. This is where it begins. There was a clip that slides in here. Okay, it slides in here onto the cable. Once that comes off, and then you you unscrewed it from the bottom, everything becomes loose and it'll just slide right out. You'll notice here when there's that hole where this pin goes, when it's in place it'll slide right in there. Yeah, so there's no need to do anything. Initially I thought that maybe you had to do something here, but that's all for the fine adjustments. The cable actually begins here and it ends down there where it goes into the tranny. So I hope this helps somebody. I couldn't find a video showing any of this, so I figured I'd make one. Hopefully that solves my problem. And basically my gear shifter was really tough. I couldn't get it out of park and into any gears, and then all of a sudden something snapped and it went to every single gear, but it didn't shift any gears. I mean, this went up and down, but my transmission didn't respond, so it felt like something was really loose and out of place. So hopefully that'll fix the issue. So here I laid out the cables side by side. This is the one I took out of the car that I think was broken, and this is the one I got from the junkyard. Everything matches up except for this is kind of pointing the other way, but that's no big deal. I can take that off or turn this. Anyway, notice that when I move this thing in and out here, this is what goes to the gear shift lever. So when I move that, nothing happens over here. So something in here is broken. Notice how far I have it out, and nothing, absolutely nothing. So something's broken in that one. This one here, when I move that in and out, it's supposed to move that there, which in turn kicks the transmission, you know, up and down the gears. So that's the issue there. It's broken cable. So back to installation.